Greetings, beautiful soul, and welcome to my channel, The Optimist Hub. My name is Yanga, and today's YouTube video, I want to talk about the importance of living with intention. Now, I think it's very important to kind of be intentional, to be fully intentional with, each and every move and every step that we take or make in life. Simply because I do believe that intention is essentially, our campus. It is our blueprint. It's our navigation. It's our lighthouse, right? When you move with intention, you have a sense of direction. And I think, there's a famous saying that goes, failing to plan is planning to fail. Essentially, with intention, we ought to be able to, be visionaries and be able to see beyond the now while still being mindful of the present moment that is. Because I think oftentimes we do get lost, obviously, in whatever it is that we want and we desire, especially our fears or, insecurities or doubts that we may have, especially with regards to our future selves. And we tend to question if we will be able to make it to the top of the mountain, or, we will be able to reach our, destination, whatever it is, or reach our peak, or become our the greatest versions of ourselves, or our higher versions of ourselves. But I think it's also very important also to be intentional with how we value our own lives, right? And that speaks to us really being in the present moment that is now. Because the present moment, as I've mentioned in my previous video, is eternal. It's the moment that we have now. It is the present moment. That is why it is referred to as a present, because it is a gift that has presented itself to you. Another opportunity, another chance to take the intentional steps or make the intentional moves that are in alignment with your desired higher version of self. And I think it's very important that we pull ourselves towards ourselves in the moment that is now. Be fully present, be fully mindful, while we still visualize and envision and plan for our future selves. Because again, one thing about life is that it is a series of choices. And I always say this, I've mentioned this a couple of times in my podcast episodes. You can check out the Optimist Hub on Spotify. We are available there. But so life is a series of choices, right? Literally, our choices make or break us. And whatever it is that we choose to do or we choose not to do, it basically leads us on a path that is either in alignment or deviates from our higher self. And so it is important that we're able to understand and realize and, be intentional with the choices that we take. Remember, again, each and every action stems from, or rather creates habits. And really, I think there's so many books out there, a lot of self-help books and personal development books that will emphasize this a lot. Habits really create us. You are what you do, essentially, right? And so be mindful of what it is that you spend your time on, because your time is precious, right? Your time is free for sure, yet it is so priceless and so precious. Because yes, the present moment is eternal, right? But we still don't know, like I mentioned in my previous video, when the time will end, or, when will there be a full stop at the end of your book, the book of your life, right? So it is very important that we move with intention, we take inspired action, we literally put one foot in front of the other with intent, right? Have the goal, have the vision in mind, bring to life whatever it is that you're meant and you feel called to bring to life, right? I think also living with intent is to also living your truth, right? Being one with self and really just reigniting the passion, the desire that you have. Spark that fire that burns within you and let that fuel you up, live with intent. And, it's really simple. Find your intent, create your story, and live your story. It's very important for us to actually just really move with intention. I think of it this way, right? So for example, how the mind is such a beautiful organ. It's very powerful as well. The fact that we're able to imagine and create from our own minds and envision and dream, the ability to do that is a gift, right? And whatever vision, idea, or dream that imprints itself in your mind, be it subconscious or conscious, is like a seed, right? And the mind itself is like a fertile ground, if I may put it that way, right? And whatever it is that you choose to focus on, right, or cultivate, right, whatever seed you are planting into your mind, your fertile ground grows, because again, where energy goes, energy flows, right? What you think becomes, and it multiplies. And so again, when you sow the seeds that are of positivity and you choose to live life with intent that is in alignment with your higher self, you're able then to harvest or reap the rewards. And I think it's very important again to also mention this, that your intention is your direction, right? Your intention is your compass, it's your navigator, it's your GPS, it's your lighthouse. It is your blueprint. It is essentially really just like a point on a path that is in alignment with wherever you see yourself. And so it's very important to move with intent, to be mindful of the things that we pay attention to, how we use our time. Time is precious. It's very valuable, and your time is whatever it is that you spend your time on requires energy, right? Why would you rather, not spend your time on, or your energy on things that will reap or, rewards or beneficial rewards for you, whatever it is. You need to put in your time, right? You need to put in your energy. You need to be You need to be intentional with your time and your energy. You need to, literally just surrender to the path that is, but also be intentional with where you're going, with what you're doing, right? Our actions essentially accumulate. What you do today, what you do now, accumulates. It is cumulate. I think there's a law called cumulative law. Essentially, what you do now, it really just adds onto, a version of self, a future version of self. So what better way to, just live your truth and be intentional by doing so. And with that said, beautiful soul, may goodness and grace lead you to greater heights of success. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe down below and leave a comment, and also like the video if you did. Thank you so much. Namaste.